Okay, great. Okay, come, let's look into the report for the Wednesday one. Uh, the Today I want to talk about something that I think is quite important because we need to update from time to time. So as to everybody not miss their, this cycle, if it truly comes, right, it can be a real big cycle that can catch. Okay. So, and that particular thing, I would like to talk about today is the cryptocurrency and the Bitcoin cycle in particular. Okay, so the drop in Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptos was due to Binance being sued by the US Securities and Exchange Commission. In short, they are known as the SEC on Monday. Okay.
Oh, Binance are gonna sue, eh?
Yeah. That's guys, just me know first. So the lawsuit alleged that Binance and its CEO Zhao Changping was operating illegal exchanges within the United States, as well as selling unregistered securities and misrepresenting trading controls. Right over here, that's the reason. But that not only Binance, but you also seen Coinbase getting the same treatment from the SEC. Okay, so one of the things that made the US worry was because Binance market share has grown dramatically since FTX fiasco. After FTX came down, right, by even more people started trading in Binance. But you don't forget, Binance already is the biggest exchange in this whole world already. So because of that, it made it become the focus of regulators and law enforcement agencies in US and around the world. So now everybody's looking at the biggest one. And that's why whenever a case is against the biggest guy, the market can shake. So in the aftermath of this complaint and of the news of the complaint, right, the price of Bitcoin fell below 26,000 for the first time since March. Okay, so now Gary Gensler, who is the SEC chairman, said in his statement, through 13 charges, we allege that Zhao and Binance entities engaged in an extensive web of deception, conflicts of interest, lack of disclosure, and calculated evasion of the law. As alleged, Zhao and Binance misled investors about their risk control and corrupted trading volumes while actively concealing who was operating the platform, the manipulative trading of its affiliated market makers, and even where and with whom investors' fund and crypto assets were custodied. They attempted to evade US security laws by announcing sham controls that they disregard behind the scenes so that they could keep high-value US customers on their platforms. The public should be aware of investing any of their hard-earned assets with or on these unlawful platforms. So this is the thing, is that Gensler, this is really Gensler against cryptos. We have seen Gensler himself being grilled by the committee already, asking them why you against cryptos, why are not giving clear guidance. But because this guy, he just simply, I don't like you, I'm going to sue you. I don't like you, I'm going to sue you. And that's causing a lot of these top crypto companies this brain drain coming up from US. And actually the US, they are not very happy with this, right? So anyway, we are going to stay with this particular area first. So Zhao, who is Binance CEO, took to Twitter shortly after the lawsuit and what lawsuit was announced and tweeted this, our team is all standing by, ensuring systems are stable, including withdrawals and deposits. Now, just to put there, that so far I look at that, there are not much withdrawal yet from Binance, so it's okay. No worries. We will issue a response once we see the complaint. Haven't seen it yet. Media gets the info before we do. So that's a funny thing, right? So this is so far what is happening. But to be frank, personally, what's happening now in crypto is not really a surprise, and in fact, it's expected if you have been following the Bitcoin halving trend. Now, on April 4th this year, I released a report on how Bitcoin behaves 1 year into halving. Now, in the report, I mentioned that Bitcoin has the habit to hit a temporary top not long after the start of 1 year countdown. So in April, so we anticipate that, you know, April is the date, right, of that halving event. So if you see all these lines right over here, so not long after, you know, going into lines and not long after, you do see you see like this pink color area, it goes up and then there is a drop. So here it goes up into the April, there's a drop not long after that. So here also the same, go up not long, there's a drop. So this is what is actually happening. We actually expected that. And that's why if you see what we did was that after we went into month of April, we were looking for the sells only. And if you've been selling Bitcoin from the high, yeah, you would have caught that entire move down right over there. So the beauty of this thing right here is that, you know, so far, after this drop, right, the price always closed higher than the opening price of April. See, closed higher than the opening price of April. Even this time when it dropped, right, when it went up, it still managed to close higher the opening price, close higher than the opening price of April, right? So do you think it's going to play again? You know, to me personally, historical price movement does not necessarily mean we will definitely have the same thing happening again, but it merely provides a probability of this repeating, right? And we have seen this habit in the past three halving cycles, and great traders like Larry Williams have profited immensely from studying cycle habits. Now, in his report, right, before the 2023, the peak in Bitcoin for 2023 would be between April and June. We are seeing that already. And the best part is that, according to his report also, the bottom will come around September to October. Now, if we go back to this, we can see the moment we move into the halving period, right? And you can see all of them move quite exponentially, including the previous last one. So we'll see for this one. Are there any possibilities for this time to Bitcoin actually to surpass and move into the 6-digit zone or not? Okay, cool. Okay, right. So with that, let's move on to the charts.